This is Twit.
Perfect.
And our letter comes from George Ackerman, who says, I just happened to notice the misspelling of the word dumb on the opening theme of the Giz Wiz show.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were aware of this or not. I have attached a screenshot
Dunb.
of that misspelling. Keep up the good work. I enjoy listening to you and Chad on my way to work via the podcast. George Ackerman. George, it looks like it's spelt wrong, but if you go to the Oxford Shirt Dictionary, you will find it is indeed spelled the way we spelled it. D-U-N-B.
Yeah, I think I remember Leo noticing that like months ago. I mean,
Yes.
I
mean, I think it was months after it.
Yes, it was definitely after it had been our intro for a little while. Yeah, it's so dumb that we think it's really smarter.
No, it's funny when someone picks up something that, at Mad, and this is like an inside secret, so I'm just saying it to the Twit folks, is we often get letters saying, I got the current issue of Mad, and you guys made a terrible mistake. Do you think my issue is going to be worth a lot of money? Well, I shouldn't tell you, but I'll tell you anyway, since I started the story. Every issue of Mad magazine on the index page has an article that is not in the book. And people, like I said, about once a month, someone writes a long letter like, how could you possibly have done this?
Yes. That is so funny. It's those little things that are so fun.
Yeah. I'll tell you one other, and it's so unusual for a network to do it. On World News Now, it's the overnight network news, so ABC lets you have a little more fun than normal. And it's one of those things where you don't want to say you don't understand because you think everybody else understands. And it was during the weather forecast, a very authoritative voice would come in and say, today's world weather index is 759 degrees. And then
I just move on. You're done.
Could not figure. And finally, one night, the guy didn't say it. And I went into my producer and I said, why aren't they doing the World Weather Index? And I'm embarrassed to say, what is it? And he said, it's a joke. So one day they were playing in the newsroom, and they added up all the temperatures that we had from around the world. And they divided it by the number of cities and countries that we had weather information for, and we decided that was the world temperature index.
That is so
And that
funny.
ran for almost 2.5 years.
Wow. And you were there when they stopped.
I was there when they started it, and they stopped.
Wow.
So I guess for 2.5 years, I was too embarrassed to ask.
Yeah, that is so funny. That is so funny. I remember on Scam School, we would always say, and next week we're going to do this. And it was always something fake. It was like, next week we're going to learn how to break into a car with 3 paper clips and a condom. And we never do it. And we would get comments that was like, hey, you didn't do the thing you said last week. I was really looking forward to that show. And they were always ridiculous. It was always like, we're going to tell you how to win a free drink with 3 business cards and a pound of sodium. Yeah.
No, it's great. It's great.